Spoilers and offensive content to come.
We are Carlos and Dave Animary. We are the best anime review and reaction show on the internet. And today we're going to review and react to the latest Star vs. the Forces of Evil episode, which comprises two mini-episodes. Stump Day and Holiday Spell Shield. That's a pun that hurts, I gotta tell you. It's a pun that hurts.
Are you stumped?
Nothing was stumped. I wasn't even stumped.
All my puns are grounded in reality.
I wasn't... See, that's a better one, but I wasn't, confused about nothing. You made me use double negatives now, you asshole.
I hate Stump Day.
Me too. Fucking garbage holiday. Anything that's like Christmas is flawed, fundamentally.
Fuck you. This is more like Thanksgiving.
Well, fuck Thanksgiving as well, but I mean, clearly the analog here
is Christmas, of course. And no doubt by what they've just said, it's a sinister one, much like Kringus.
Do you mean Krampus?
Krampus as well.
There's a Kringus?
Yes, there is.
I'm looking this up right now. How do you spell that?
Kringus.
Okay, thanks. Kringus recap. Kringus risen. Definitions of Kringus. Kringus hashtag. What does the name Kringus mean? Related names. Garyonyx. Prosk. Magli. Eddie?
It might help you if
you know what? It's just way easier to take your word for it.
It might help if you put, Dutch on there and a couple other ones.
Yeah, that's Krampus.
That's German, actually.
You know what? I take your word for it.
Thank you. Marco, remember, we're talking Magic Land now. This shit might actually be real.
I mean... well, he laughed and said more special than you think. I knew from reading this episode's description 5 months ago that Stump Day also happens to be Star's birthday. So I suspect Marco's doing a party. Did she have to fucking chase away the Quinceañera singers? So Quinceañera, that means that Star's 15 now. So I thought she was 15 before, she's 15 now. Age noted. Not for any creepy reason, just saying.
Yeah, Marco, you know what? Maybe this is really about you and how you have to control every situation like a maniac, okay? I mean, you didn't even ask Star if she wanted a birthday party. That's rude.
Because that would have ruined the surprise. Duh.
I told you this was a bad idea, dude. But you didn't want to listen.
Well, at least I wanted to throw Star a party. You didn't plan anything. And you're supposed to be her boyfriend.
What?
Marco, take it back.
You heard me, Lucidor.
I didn't plan anything because, unlike you, I actually thought about what Star would want.
I don't know. I'm kind of on Tom's side on this one. I think Marco's kind of out of line here. As someone who does not like surprise parties, I think that if Marco went to Tom and said, let's throw Star a surprise party, and Tom said, I don't think that's a good idea, that's input that perhaps he should have considered.
Nope.
And for Marco to throw out that line, that's out of line. I think Marco's the one who's out of line here. Look, Marco's my favorite character in the show. I love Marco, but he's out of line here.
I don't think so.
I think I think he escalated this situation.
Well, of course he did. However, can we all just agree that Ponyhead's the ultimate instigator?
Okay, yeah, she's instigating, but she didn't cause this. Ponyhead did not cause this. That spat and Marco saying the dumb thing he said, he did that all on his own. Pardon the crossover reference, but we need to import Jenna over to Yuki-Yuna, because there's some trees that need a burning over there! I just love how Jenna has no regard for this sacred monument. It's like, hey, no worries, I solved the problem. I'll just light it on fire. Sometimes I go to a Catholic church. I take some of the...
Pull back.
Shut up. I take some of the blood of Christ and I wash my cock with it. I don't do that. I'm making the reference to show that how obscene Jenna's being.
Yes. Keep strangling Ponyhead.
I like Ponyhead this season. Ponyhead has been quite funny this season, I find. Especially when she dressed up as a cultist. Excuse me, some last minute announcements, just knocking over their shit. Hey, why are Moon's arms normal? Is this an animation oversight? Or magic camouflage of some kind? Or some other plot point?
I think they just messed up.
It could be a mess up. But it could be apt. I wanted to point this out at the beginning of this. You were definitely right that Monster Bash took place in Ludo's hideout. And if you go back to that episode where he was fighting with the book, you can actually see Mina Loveberry there.
That was hilarious.
And that, if that's not an oversight, this might not be either.
True. Still, it's kind of funny to think of Ludo just staying out of the basement because he doesn't want to mess with her.
Doesn't mess with me. Hey, Mina Loveberry was not to be fucked with.
Even Toffee's like, do not go down there.
Star with new wand, Marco and Tom were no match for Mina Loveberry.
They also weren't trying to kill her.
True, but still, she is not to be fucked with. Davanil, I have a question for you. Would you partake in chocolate from a chocolate fountain that needed to be unclogged via a plunger?
No. No, I would not. It's not so much it needed to be unclogged, but the fact that you had to use a plunger to unclog it.
This has been another episode of Would David Eat Things That a Plunger Has Touched?
Have we ever seen the, giant squirrel here before?
Probably. I didn't even know. Last time we had an episode take place inside the wand like this, other than into the wand, which was a different kind of going in.
Yeah.
The spider with the top hat. It turns out that he's been in the show since episode 1. So, I mean, probably we go back and we see some of the animal star fires out of her wand includes giant green squirrel Care Bear thing that can do Care Bear stairs out of its heart chest.
It's a real hearty discussion. Real chest burster.
Do you got a face hugger lying around? Because that kind of death does not see... I don't think it's as painful as just continuing.
With your luck, you come back to more puns and it would kill it.
I mean, that would be a special kind of hell. I feel like I need to make another Yuki Yuna reference about not being able to die, but I think I think one per thing that isn't Yuki Yuna is really the goal.
Fair enough.
Good to see we got to see Jackie in a non-speaking cameo for like a second.
Who?
She wasn't even at Stump Day.
Who?
Jacqueline Thomas.
Don't know her.
She had the delicious thighs.
Hasn't been in the show for a while. Gone.
Sorry, can't remember those creamy thighs. Am I the only one who thought that the All-Seeing Eye was going to start, like, shooting laser beams at everything at the end, and that's how they were going to end the episode?
That definitely could have happened.
These two, this episode was really just kind of sappy, and which is fine. I think we needed this episode after certain revelations that Monster Bash brought forth. What did you think of Stump Day / Holiday Special?
I've seen worse holiday specials.
But
I didn't say but.
No, but I heard it dripping from your voice.
The first part was fine. Sappy, but whatever. The second part, just kind of meh.
I did kind of want a stronger finish than what it gave us.
Yeah.
I thought the meat of the episode was fine. It's just the end was all just the message of cheer, and we didn't have All-Seeing Eye start shooting eye beams at everyone like I wanted.
I mean, I was hoping for some sort of cliffhanger, so it kind of stumped me.
Yeah, funny. Oh, or at least if All-Seeing Eye had a voice. Like,
yeah.
He's like, thanks everyone, and everyone's like, oh, why does it sound like that? And then they end the episode like that. No, it was alright though. I mean, It was okay. I like Tom's dumb sweater. That is such a maple pie sweater Tom had on.
He doesn't sweat the small stuff.
You would think a demon a pyrokinetic demon wouldn't wear too much warm
Flammable.
clothing.
Flammable clothing.
Well, I always thought of his flames as something that it would only engulf what he wanted them to. Like, if, let's say, he wanted to burn you, but not me, he could engulf this whole room in flames and only you'll melt.
Quit hoping.
Leaving your various tech goodies prime for selling. I like these two episodes. I thought they were a nice reprieve from the heady stuff. Now, I do like season 3 a lot more than season 2. I've seen some people piss and moan about season 3, and rest assured they're wrong. Season 3 is far better and has a lot less filler. Filler like this, I think, is appropriate because it gives us some downtime. Now let's get back to the plot, I think. And I look forward to whatever the new episode of Star is, probably next year sometime.
Plot us a course.
Hey, before we leave, I was going to talk about some extra stuff about Star Wars Force of Evil, including the Monster Bash stuff, which we already discussed, how Mina Loveberry was there from the beginning. But I was also going to talk about the revelations that came from that one book that we, as far as I know, we've both never read. It's like Star and Marco's Guide to the Interdimensional World, or some title like that.
Yeah, I haven't read it.
It has some interesting revelations, like Janna's last name, the fact that Tom's family, the Lucitors, are on Muni. That was revealed well before the ball episode.
Uh-huh.
And some other neat tidbits, like how the universe created Glossaric, and how Glossaric created the old goat man, Hekapoo, and Omnitraxis of the High Commission.
Huh.
I don't know if it mentions that he created Romulus or not.
That was a mistake.
In fact, it kind of hints at that in that episode where Glossaric was called away to see the High Commission back in season 2. He calls them children. And yeah, in a way, yeah, they're his children, in a sense.
Huh.
And that, yeah, they're basically ageless, so Hekapoo really is, like, considering time compression and bullshit like that, she's probably millions of years old. Which means that a relationship with Marco, young or old, totally not gross, and I now ship them. Folks, did you like watching us watch this? If so, let us know, animeRave.xyz. In fact, you should go there, because on December 16th, to be released on the next day, December 17th, we're recording the 100th episode of Two Fat Guys Talk, the podcast. It's going to be me and Dave. We're going to have friends of the show, Kiki and Poe, who haven't been on the podcast for a while. And there's going to be some cool stuff. We're going to be at each other's throats over various things. We're going to talk about Dragon Ball. We're going to talk about Mega Man 11, probably. We're gonna answer voicemails. We've already got several voicemails, so by all means, if you want to have your voicemail read and answered, go to our site, click on send voicemail, and we'll read your voicemail, and we'll answer you, and it'll be a whole lot of fun. Stay tuned for that, and make sure you follow our YouTube channels, which I'll have links to in the episode descriptions. We have multiple channels, just in case, copyright strikes and all that.
Yes.
And
make sure that you're part of the last Two Fat Guys Talk.
You really think, I was thinking about that. It might be the last episode if we don't really find a real purpose to continue it past 100. But it might not. I think we should have a heart-to-heart about that after we do that episode.
We just did. I said it's finished.
Are you not looking forward to episode 100?
Yes. To cut the umbilical cord.
So wait, I just asked, are you not looking forward to it? And you said yes. So you're not looking forward to it. Folks, this is a revelation. My co-host doesn't want to do the thing I just advertised. You should send us a voicemail about how that makes you feel. animeRave.xyz.
Tune in next time.
Go fuck yourself, Dave.